Hey guys, it's Kayla here with Young and Free Ontario. Now this week on the blogs we've been talking about exam preparation. I've covered topics from getting your study notes organized to actual study methods, tips for multiple choice exams, as well as some cheap stress relievers. So to finish things off this week with the video, I've got a personal sort of study checklist, if you will. I've been through my fair share of exams and I've learned a lot of things along the way, so I thought I would pass some knowledge on to you guys. So to start off, we'll talk about things to remember before you go to your exam. So you want to try and get some sleep. As much as pulling an all-nighter might seem like it's a good idea at the time, your brain works better when you've gotten a little bit of sleep. So whether it's a nap or get 6 hours through the night, it will help you out. Don't forget to bring all your pens and pencils and calculators, dictionary, sharpener, eraser to your exam. You never know when you'll need these things. You'll never know when your pen will run out of ink or your pencil will break. So it never hurts to bring extra as well. Also, remember to bring your student card and your ID. You'll often have to prove who you are when you get to your exam. So I used to just keep my student card right in my pencil case so I knew I had it through all my exams. You'll want to try and eat a good breakfast before your exam. Some foods that will help your brain are vitamin E foods, so nuts, leafy greens, seeds, and eggs. Those will help with your memory. Also, protein helps stimulate your brain. So meat, eggs, cheese, even peanut butter on toast. And of course, fruits and vegetables are always good. You will want to try and leave plenty of time to get to your exam. You never know when there'll be traffic problems or weather conditions or UFO abductions, whatever. You want to make sure you know exactly what time your exam is as well. You don't want to walk in a half hour late and find that you are late. So be sure to know those things. You never know. Try to drink a lot of water. If your brain is dehydrated, your memory doesn't work as well. So even bring a bottle to the exam and keep yourself refreshed through the exam. Try to know your course code before you get to the class, because a lot of times, whether it's a multiple choice on the Scantron or right on the exam, it'll have you write your course code, which is usually this crazy long number with dashes and letters as well that is hard to remember. So try to remember that or write it down somewhere so that you don't forget it for your exam. And bring as little belongings as possible. You usually have to leave your personal stuff at the front of the room or on the side, and you never know when someone will pick up your coat instead of theirs, or someone might steal your backpack that has all your good stuff in it. So try and leave your phone and your iPod and even your wallet at home, and just bring as little as possible to your exam. Now, once you're actually in your exam, I've got a little checklist here as well. You will want to sign in. Some professors will do this at the beginning of the exam, some will do it at the end, and some will do it throughout. But be sure to sign in to prove that you were there, because if something happens to your exam in the process, this is sort of backing you up so that you can say, I was here, I handed in an exam, so that your professor doesn't think that you weren't there. Read all your instructions carefully on the exam. They might say, to do 60 out of the 100 questions. They might say that don't do the last 50 questions. You never know when they'll kind of throw a trick in there. So be sure to read the instructions carefully before answering. And then depending on the type of exam, if it's got a different types of questions, you might want to start with the short answer and essay questions first, because these are ones that you can't really rush through at the end. If it's a 20-mark essay, you want to put all your time and effort into that. And then if worse comes to worse and you run out of time, you can just sort of speed through the multiple choice part. Don't leave blank answers on your questions. There's often not a penalty for putting a wrong answer. So if you think you can only define a term that's in a question, just throw it down. You might get a mark for it. And especially with multiple choice and fill in the blank, you can guess, because you won't get negative marks. You just won't get a mark if you guess it wrong. You also want to back up your answers. This is especially true with true and false and multiple choice when you're working on a Scantron. If something were to happen to your Scantron, again, there's no proof that you answered questions right or wrong. So if you back this up on your actual exam paper where the questions are, put your name, put your student number, put your class and the professor, and then fill in all your answers there, so that if something does happen with your Scantron, you've sort of covered your butt. And the last thing is to stay the whole time and go over your exam. It always helps to review. You never know if you missed a question that you meant to go back to and you forgot. Sometimes rereading your answers, you can trigger something in your brain and you might remember something to add on. So it always helps to go back through your exam and stay till the very end. So that's all for me. That's my Kaylee's exam checklist. I wish everyone the best of luck. Luckily I don't have to go through exams this year, and it feels really weird. All my friends are stressing about it, but I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that my tips have helped you. And be sure to reference the blogs from this week if you need any more study tips. So that's all for this week. This is Kaylee James signing off for Young and Free Ontario. See you guys.